Rob Nation, it's your boy John here today. We're back with the Sunday slate. Week 2 of the NFL is here. You're probably wondering where the hell's Sully? Usually he introduces the show. That's correct. Sully is having the time of his life at the moment with the boys on the golf course. But we're going to jump in. We're going to tune into him in a second. Glad that you're here, though, watching with us. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well. And leave a comment, a review on Apple and Spotify as well. And leave a comment, please. Yes, that'd be very good. We had some awesome success last week with the Sunday slate. Went 6-1. Don't want to brag, but I went 6-1. It was very, very good. And we hope to do it all over again for week 2. There's some great matchups. I think without further ado, let's bring him in. Sully, where the hell are you? What the hell is going on?
I am in the Blue Mountains of Ontario, John.
Hell yeah. How's that going? Looks beautiful out there.
Oh, buddy. I'm on a golf tournament right now. 16 of my close friends.
Yeah.
Having a great time. An absolutely great time.
Sun is setting in the background. Looks beautiful.
Yeah. I had to get away from the debauchery in the house.
Yeah.
But I'm here right now. And we're going to do this. We're going to go through our picks this week.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, week 1, I got shelled. I got absolutely friggin' shelled on that Chicago Tennessee game.
Yeah. You went all in on one game, and
I went all in. You
did the right thing, right? Like these are like the Thursday night games that I do. It's like you have to sell yourself a story, and then you go all in on that story. Because if you don't, you start with conflicting picks. So the thing is, you get them all right, or you get them all wrong.
Or you get them all wrong.
Yeah,
exactly. And So I mean, short of that, all the other picks that I took, they all went fantastic. But that game was awful.
Yeah,
I had to turn it off.
Yeah,
it wasn't because my bets weren't working out. It was just literally the most boring game that I've seen in a very long time.
And not to mention Will Levis. I mean, I was just watching it for pure theater of Will Levis.
He is a meme at this point.
Fuck.
He's a meme. He is a meme. Just falling to his knees. He's
falling to his knees.
And you know what? To be honest with you, Caleb was... John, you know my feelings. He was as Caleb as I thought Caleb was going to be.
I thought the Tennessee defense was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
How do you feel about it this week? They're playing the Jets.
Yeah, that's going to be a disaster game. That's going to be very low scoring, I feel. I don't have any picks from that game.
Oh, I do.
Okay. Well,
can I start here?
We can start here. I just wanted to mention that unlike your record, my record was very good. I went 6-1, which was insane.
You were banging. Like, God, like, don't get me wrong. You kept us together. You were the glue.
Everything
the glue of the show last
envisioned
week
went the way I thought it would, except for the Cardinals. I thought the Arizona Cardinals would be way better than they were.
I mean, if you were to clip my reaction when you talked about the Cardinals last week, if you were to clip it, you would know how I actually felt about the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, you were right about that. I was definitely wrong about that. We'll see how they go. I think Buffalo's a good team. Buffalo were good last night against the Dolphins.
Yeah, Keon Coleman though.
0 targets. Did you see there's some footage after the game of him trying to shake Josh Allen's hand, and he's like just ignoring him?
No.
Oh, he's like right in his face, and Josh Allen's like trying to look anywhere else he can. One target.
Turmoil. Like what are we dealing with here?
I don't know. Something's happened. Something's happened. I feel
something's cooking.
Yeah,
you saw it firsthand. Something's cooking.
Something has happened there. So we'll see. We'll see.
He looked like a sure-handed WR1 for that team in week 1.
Yeah, in week 1. Yep.
But I told you in the preseason, I said there's some problems with this guy. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know what it is. He just looked really lazy when he wasn't put in a situation where he had to thrive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know the guy personally. Could be the greatest person on the planet.
Yeah.
But his last year in college, I did not see what everybody else was seeing.
Yeah. No, I was with you there. All right, let's start it off. Do you want to do the Jets and the Titans as your first game to look at?
Yeah, we may as well. We were just talking about that. So last week the Titans were very leaky. Like very, very, very leaky across everything. The special teams was awful. The defense in general was awful. I felt like they brought a lot of pressure from the defensive line, but honestly, the Jets, I truly believe, are a different animal. And I know it's yet to be seen, so it's tough to put your money into something that you haven't seen stats. But for me, I look at this team and I look at the paper, and there's something in there that just tells me that this Jets team is going to beat them by 7 to 10 points.
Yeah, really? You reckon?
Like, I actually think they're going to beat the hell out of the Titans.
They're favored -3.5 at the moment. It opened -4.
I have a through DraftKings right now.
Right.
They issued me out some credits last week, and I moved one ticket, and I have the Jets +7 with that.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I have the -7.
-7.
I have them to win the game by a full touchdown, and I actually feel
on the road
like there's nothing inside me that feels like that won't happen. I could be completely wrong.
In Nashville, I will say,
I don't think it matters.
I mean,
I do not think it matters. I think this is a statement game for the New York Jets.
All right.
And I honestly, truly believe the New York Jets are going to manhandle the Titans this week.
Who do you see it funneling through the production? Alan Lazard, 2 touchdowns last week.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. That's where I would look.
Yeah.
You've got 17.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, I have him right now. I picked up the line at over 60. So it's 59.5 receiving yards. I grabbed it on DraftKings. Honestly, that line is scrumptious.
What'd you get? 69?
59.5.
59. Wow.
Yeah, I grabbed it 2 days ago when the line opened.
Yeah, right.
At 59.5. But I think honestly, like, people are going to bet that all the way up. It's probably going to hit 70. It can't not hit 70. There's not in what's it at right now?
Yeah, it's at 70 now. Yeah.
It's at 70. I would still feel confident at 70, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I managed to grab it at 59.5.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers is getting 222 passing yards.
So I have mixed emotions about the distribution of the ball.
Yeah.
In this offense. I honestly think this is going to be a Breece Hall heavy run game.
Yeah. They used him a lot last week against the 49ers.
I think they're going to use him even more.
And he got absolutely no production.
Do I see them Aaron Rodgers every game, typically he's got, 32 to 36 passing attempts.
Yeah.
And his completions are usually around like 21 to 24.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is this week. I didn't even look at that. But, typically you're going to assume that that's going to be the case.
He's 20.
I don't feel confident about any of it.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I feel confident about
is
on average, every reception that Garrett Wilson's going to have is going to average out to more than 10 yards. They have him at 5.5 receptions, which I think is the right number. It's definitely the right number. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 5. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 7.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 12.
He had 5 last week.
Yeah, he had 5 last week, but they also weren't bombing it.
I mean, the first quarter, the first half, the ball was basically just going through either Breece Hall or Garrett Wilson, and there was no in between. It's a couple of targets.
I think it's going to be like that for a lot of the year.
Yeah.
But Garrett Wilson's one of those guys that can actually beat his defender.
Yeah.
Like, the footwork, everything, honestly, on his in routes, and over the years of what Aaron Rodgers has done.
Yeah.
He connects well with somebody who can break separation right off the line. And Garrett Wilson has absolutely developed that rapport with Aaron Rodgers. I cannot see a situation that Garrett Wilson doesn't hit that 59.5. So if you can move the line, like 70, I would take it. It's getting a little iffy for me there.
Yeah, like, it's a lot.
It feels good. Like, still at like 69.5, it still feels all right. But at 59.5, where I grab that, if you can move the line down and grab that at like -170 in a parlay, I don't typically take games, but I would move the Jets line to like Jets -3,
Yeah.
-4.
Yeah.
And I would take Garrett Wilson over 60.
Yeah.
And I feel like that itself is like a fantastic parlay right there. You know, I feel like that's pretty big money. Even though you're going to be -170 on Garrett, with the addition of something else, you're going to get double your money.
Mm.
You know, Garrett Wilson. Honestly, the 60 yards feels. I mean, he could do it in one catch.
One bomb. He's going
And
to get.
there aren't a lot of receivers in this league. I could think of like 3 off the top of my head. 1, Rashid Shaheed.
Oh yeah, man.
I didn't actually mean that, but I kind of meant it. Like, honestly, the guy's a deep.
Yeah, I'm into that.
But no, like truth be told, like Garrett Wilson, he has the ability for that big play, and I think we're all waiting to see it.
Yeah.
You know, that 70, 80 yard.
Yeah.
And he can do it off a slant, a deep slant.
Yeah.
I think he will. So I wouldn't be hesitant to take the longest reception, but on DraftKings, I couldn't move that. I couldn't move the needle with anything else. So by me moving the line for the Jets and then positioning that with Garrett Wilson, I felt like that was a really good payday.
Yeah, nice one.
Felt pretty confident about it. Garrett Wilson over 59.5 receiving yards. Book it.
Love that. All right, I'm going to take a look. So I'll start us off my first picks. I've got 2 quarterbacks that I want to look at this week. I want to look at Lamar Jackson and his passing yards. Right now, they're sitting at 215.5, and he's got the Las Vegas Raiders coming to Baltimore. I think Lamar had a huge game last week against Kansas City. He finished with something like 280 passing yards in the end. I mean, a lot of the production came on the last drive to catch up to, remember the Rashad Bateman pick? Just as a little side.
Oh man, we were talking about it all game long.
Yeah,
and
so
I was giving you a little bit of juice. Like I was
giving
you a little bit.
I have a text like, "Oh, Rashad Bateman, I'm telling you, man, you got to watch him. He's just a blocking receiver. He's a blocking receiver. That's all they've got him for." And I was like,
yeah, I ate a sock. I just ate a sock in general last week, but that Rashad Bateman pick, John, that
and
was
then
fucking
not a minute later, the final drive, just a huge
27 yards?
Huh?
30 yards?
It was like 30 to 40 yards. Yeah.
That's insane. Like, come on.
Just an insane bomb. I mean, yeah.
When he caught it, I just shut right up and then immediately picked up my phone and texted you.
it was like the timing was beautiful. Anyway, I want to go back to Lamar. So we saw a huge Isaiah Likely game last week, tight end. So the Raiders played the Chargers last weekend, and the Chargers tight ends were hugely productive, hugely involved.
It was short game. A
lot of short game. Same thing with the receivers here, and I think that this is going to be a similar sort of situation. I think there's going to be a lot of. I think they're going to try and get it to Zay Flowers more in this game. Zay did not have a ton of the ball last week. He did have 5 catches, but he didn't get over 50 receiving yards at all. So
we were both expecting a big game from Zay.
Yeah. Oh man, the bad beat. We needed him for 20 plus for the longest reception. You would have seen
19, eh?
19 and a half he finished with.
I mean, it happens. It happens. But honestly, his average depth of target, like if you still go back to last year when Lamar was cocking back, sending it, like he averaged. It was over 20. I think it was over 20.
It was. It happened plenty. And the other interesting thing about this game is Derrick Henry was not involved as much as anyone thought he would be. He didn't hit a single one of his props. So
he's my bonus pick this week. I got him over 70.
70 rushing yards?
Yeah. I got him over 70 rushing yards. And I think
the
Sharps will be a little scared. The public will want to take him.
Mm.
And I think the game script is going to tell you a lot about this game. And I honestly believe that Baltimore will probably go into the third quarter up by at least a score.
They're 7.5-point favorites currently.
So, that's a telltale. That's a telltale.
Yeah, that they won't need to pass as much. But 215 is not a lot, man. And also,
no, it's not. It's not.
The Ravens
started the game. I think the Ravens try and put it out early.
Yeah.
Is it in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to try and put it out early.
Yeah. So,
and you connect on 1 or 2 deep ones.
I think
Zay Flowers.
I think there will be. The
God, I'm
longest
getting
pass
sucked back into
completion
the Zay
is,
Flowers pick. God damn it, John.
I know, 34 and a half, the longest pass completion. So as well for Lamar. Could be interesting as well.
Did they move Zay's down to 19?
Zay's longest, let's have a look. Where is Zay at? Because
if he's at 20, God, I'm such a sucker. I'm going to take it if it's at 20. I'm going to take it. Absolutely.
21 and a half this week.
No, it's like right there. It's goddamn it. It's
know.
right there.
They know.
I'm not taking it.
That's
I wanted it.
That's a tough one. So that's one that I like. The other quarterback I'm looking at. Now, you know, I was off him last week. Well, actually, I was on him, but for the unders, it was Anthony Richardson. We had under 226 and a half passing yards.
Please tell me you're going to take the exact opposite this week.
I'm taking the over this week.
There you are. Attaboy. You're right. You're right, John. Give me the stats as to why you're going to take that.
Okay, so they've got him now this week at 195 and a half passing yards.
Cheap.
So it's gone down. Cheap. It's gone down 20. It's gone down 30 yards.
What's the multiplier? Are we, you know, if you put 100 down, what are you making?
This is even money, man. This is
even money.
This is plus, yeah.
100 for 100?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you
195 and a half passing yards is all you need here. There's no.
That's taking candy from a baby.
I have not moved the line at all. Longest completion is still sitting at 34 and a half as well. So
no, I don't know.
But did you see
give him the 195 though? Are you kidding me?
How many insane bombs there were last week? So Alec Pierce caught 2 of them. And then did you see how close Adonai Mitchell was to catching 2 deep bombs as well?
So he caught 2, right? Last week he caught 2.
Who, AD?
Yeah, AD caught 2.
How many receptions did he have in the end? Let me have a look. He did. I don't think he had any. He might have had 1.
No, he did. I think there was 1 for 17 or something like that.
Okay,
I can't
1
remember
for 17.
What the exact
it wasn't 2.
I'm half cooked right now.
Is there any more to that, or you just?
No, that was it. That was the statement. Yeah, that was just the statement. Yeah, I can't remember just about anything.
Yeah. So I think Michael Pittman will be a bit more involved. I think there's going to be plenty of bombs. I think the weather's not going to.
I think it's an AD. I think it's an AD game.
Yeah, I think he's going to catch those passes he didn't catch last week. So this is one that I'm really.
At least one of them.
Yeah, at least one of them.
Statistics, John. They're going to keep running that playbook. It's the first. Yeah. It's the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Where you stick to the same script, and you push and you push and you try and develop some chemistry in your offense, and then you start implementing more plays in the playbook. So everything that you saw happen last week, most teams can expect that the play calling is going to be very similar, unless you are a developed team, unless you are a team that's been around for a long time. You've got the same offensive and defensive coordinators. Then your playbook's expansive. You can do it. They're the teams that will be very successful at the beginning of the season. But Indianapolis, not one of them. Yeah. They are going to run the same shit that they ran last week. Yeah. And I think you can bank on that that he will try for 80 at least twice.
The man had something like 210 passing yards off of 9 completions last week.
They gave him 195 after?
And they gave him 195 now, up in Green Bay.
How disrespectful is that, John?
The other thing is, Jair Alexander got absolutely cooked last week against A.J. Brown. Now, I know there's no A.J. Brown equivalent on the
There's no A.J. Brown on the field, no.
But
that man is a freak.
Yeah. I mean, Malik Willis is going to be in a quarterback for the Packers, so don't expect it to be a super high-scoring game. Isn't
it only supposed to be 3 points or something like that? What is the line right now?
Oh, the total is 40 and a half.
No, but the line.
The line is Colts -3.
Are you kidding me? Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Who's at home?
It's at the Packers.
Okay, so you get a 2-point swing right there, right? So if that was typically going to be a -5, you get the -3.
Yeah.
But
it opened Colts plus 4.5.
You cannot tell me.
Yeah.
That Malik Willis against Richardson.
Yeah.
That Malik Willis deserves that field goal.
He's gonna struggle, man.
This should be disgusting. This should be -5.
Yeah.
for the Colts.
Well, I think the thinking is it opened plus 4.5 in favor of the Colts. And even though the Packers don't have Jordan Love, does Jordan Love really swing the game 10 points? Hard to say.
John, you beat this drum in the offseason.
Yeah.
You know what Jordan Love brings to this team.
Yeah.
Does Malik Willis bring that to this team?
Malik Willis is hardly even a quarterback at this point.
You still didn't answer it. Like, does he bring this? Does he bring what Jordan Love brings?
Oh, in no capacity. No way.
Absolutely not. There is no chance. There is no chance that the Green Bay Packers win this game.
No.
None. Unless they run Wildcat on 30% of their snaps. And they score 2 defensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
Potentially one on
win on defense. Yeah.
Your defense is going to win you the game if you win. Come on. Give me Anthony Richardson to ball out this game.
Yeah.
This is a confidence builder for him. The coordinators are going to give him a little bit of risk. Let him air a couple out.
Yeah.
Give me AD Mitchell on the over too. What is he at?
Let me have a look. So AD
25.
Yeah, it couldn't be much, especially after last week. The rookies last week were getting hyped up a ton. AD this week.
What are you looking at?
They've only got. I'm on Action Network. They've only got Michael Pittman.
Oh, maybe they're slow to load the line.
Must be. Maybe there's some sort of injury situation going on there or something. I'm not.
There were a couple games when I went through today to prepare for this that they literally didn't have anybody but like WR1, RB1.
Yeah, interesting. All right, so we'll check that out. But yeah, I think you're right. I think big AD Mitchell Cup game coming up.
Like I think 20. So they're going to give him 24, like between 22 and 24. I think.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Does that sound right?
Last week they gave him 35, and he wasn't even close. So
not even close. So they're going to go off of the odds, right? They'll lower that and try and entice people to take it. But I think you get enticed to take it because I honestly believe one of those connections.
Yeah.
Which I think it's going to happen this game. Yeah, 20. Like if they give him a longest pass completion of like 16 and a half or 17 yards.
Yeah.
I would take that.
Yeah.
If they give AD Mitchell between 22 and 25 yards receiving, I would take that on the over.
Yeah.
And Anthony Richardson at 195 is just disrespectful.
I saw it and just thought, what on earth? I know I was like, he's not a big passer last week, but 195.
What a discrepancy in the line, though.
Yeah.
Like that's
to drop him 30 yards is crazy.
That's insane, man.
Yeah. So look that
in a game where you know it's going to be driven to let Anthony Richardson get some experience for the next couple of games. When you're playing Malik Willis, like what are you just going to hand off the ball? No, no, you're not going to just hand off the ball. You're going to let him go out there, move the chains. You're going to let him build confidence because you know that your defense can come out and make a stop. So to get you the ball back, let the guy fucking go to work. And that is going to happen. There is no way that Anthony Richardson doesn't hit 195 in this game, John.
Yeah, that's it. So lock that one in. Anthony Richardson over 195 passing.
Hell yeah, John. Hell yeah.
My first one.
I love it.
All right. Hit us up with your second game.
I got another one. Last week I didn't put it on the pod, but I was all over Legette.
Yes, so was I actually in the end because he only needed something like 15 yards.
And we didn't even talk about it. No, he was 18.
But we were both on him.
I took him over 25.
Yeah. I took
him over 25 last week. And you got my last minute text message to you, but you sleep when I'm awake. Yeah. So, you didn't get it right before the game started. But you asked me what my last minute picks were, and Legette I had over 2 catches for over 18 and a half.
Yeah.
They got him for 2 catches for like 20 this week.
Yeah.
I don't even know exactly what it was, but I grabbed it. I grabbed him. I actually upped his yardage total to 25.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take the receptions, but I would be very confident at 3 for 25. So that game, they're going to be playing from behind. Carolina looks like an absolute dumpster fire.
They look awful, man. They don't even look like a proper football team. Bryce,
it's going to be very, very evident within the first 5 weeks if Bryce Young is the guy that they're going to go with.
Yeah. See, the reason I took the Legette bet last week, though, is because I thought Bryce Young would be better. I thought surely he'll be better this year than he was last year. And to be honest, man, he looked worse than last year, which I didn't think it was possible.
I don't know how to describe how I feel about that team, but I said it when we were chit-chatting about in the offseason about the teams. I said the Carolina Panthers aren't going to win fucking 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah, we
did.
I
might have said, I don't even know if they'll win 3 games. Watching them play the way that they did, like...
I mean, this team got worse over the offseason. I didn't even know that was possible.
I feel bad for Adam Thielen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really do. I feel bad for Adam Thielen. That is a leader in a wide receiver room.
Yeah.
He should be on Green Bay. He should be on San Francisco.
I know.
He should be in a spot where he can help them break down film properly. And he could start his development into being a nice wide receiver coach.
Yeah.
In Carolina,
they've got Legette.
They don't even have time to run a route.
19.5 receiving yards for Legette at the moment.
Yeah, so you take the over. But
you can get on BetMGM, you can get him at over 1.5 receptions.
That's what I'm saying. 1.5 for 19.5, man. That's a fucking steal.
Chargers defense is like, they were good last week, but I don't know. It might just be the Raiders are very bad. So.
No, it's going to be a clock chew of a game. I got another pick in that game, but this is going to be a clock chew of a game. I wouldn't expect much.
Chargers are favored -5 on the road at the moment. Over unders 39. How do you get -5 at 39 on the road?
I truly in my heart believe that the Chargers are going to win by double digits.
Oh, okay.
But I
actually think it'll be close.
But yeah, so there's another part of me that's like, Harbaugh, he is a game script, like a manager. Like he will literally expose you for your weakest tendency, and that team looks so bad on the ground.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 picks in that game.
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and make them right now.
Go for
the first one, I've got Xavier Legette over 1.5 receptions for over 25 yards. I moved the line up to 25. Yeah. It's plus money. It was plus 120 when I grabbed it.
Yeah, great.
And then you put that into a parlay on DraftKings. It was, I don't know, it was like 100 for 300.
Yeah.
Like disgusting. Like take that, you know, every day. And then the flip side of it, this game script is going to be so run heavy for the Chargers. Dobby is on fire.
He had a huge game last week.
He is on fire, and you feed the hot hand. Harbaugh is the first person you could, I bet you could go on Google right now and type in hot hand running back Jim Harbaugh, and there's probably like 15 clips of him being like, I don't know who's going to start, but we're going to ride the hot hand.
Yep.
Who's the hot hand, John?
Oh, man. J.K.Dobbins.
There we go. J.K.Dobbins over 50 rushing yards. Book it.
Yeah. He's up to 54.5, which I still like. He had
if you can move it down to 50, that's a clean line to me. That feels so good.
50 plus rushing. Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
That's nice. It's tasty.
Gus Edwards is sitting at 43.5 as well. So they're still pretty much right in line. But I think Dobbins is the guy.
Hot hand. Listen to Harbaugh.
Yeah, and we just saw Alvin Kamara run all over this team last week as well. The Panthers, they just look like a completely defeated team. No one's playing.
Well, they're an uphill battle, right? But that's why Xavier Legette makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But it's an uphill battle. That game is going to get lopsided pretty quick, I think. But honestly, if the Chargers can even keep this game within 1 score, drive the clock like crazy, literally just control the entire game, they don't have to win by more than 7. They can honestly dominate the trenches.
That's literally how it went last week against the Raiders as well. They were all over them. The Raiders could not score at all. Raiders couldn't get pressure. Joe Alt was a man on a mission last week. He was all over Max Crosby.
Yeah, I feel as if this team is developing into something that's going to be a powerhouse. If they can make it to the playoffs, that's a playoff ready team. That's a team that is ready to grind.
Yeah. Love that one, man.
Sorry?
I love those picks. I think that they're both great. Legette one, I'm nervous about Bryce Young, but it's just you're not asking for much out of him, so I like that.
Bro, 25 yards out of Legette.
Dobbins is a good one as well. All right, I've got a couple more that I want to make, just a couple more that I want to float by. See what you think of these ones. So I'm looking at the Rams going to the Cardinals, I believe.
This game's probably going to end in a tie.
Well, they're usually so Sean McVay has he's won 13 of 14 games against the Cardinals in his tenure. He's absolutely dominated them wherever they go.
What's the average point differential?
I don't have that in front of me. What I do have is the Rams are currently +1 favorites. They opened -2.5, and now they're +1. Over-unders at 48. But I'm not looking at Matthew Stafford, and I'm not looking at the receivers this game. I'm looking at Kyren Williams.
You're looking at Kyren?
Kyren Williams is where I'm looking for rushing yards. He's sitting at 73.5 rushing yards, and I am all over this. We didn't see any of Blake Corum last week, who everyone was concerned about, but he was a healthy scratch. It's pretty much all funneled through Kyren. Now, he had 58 rushing yards he had to get last week, and he didn't get it, but Detroit has a very, very good run defense. The Arizona Cardinals, I'm going to be picking on them all season long. Nothing
as you should, John, as you should.
James Cook, who we talked about last week, I was all over James Cook for this exact reason. He had a line of 63.5 rushing yards and 17.5 receiving yards.
You run him this week too, though, eh?
And he was all over them. I was not on him because I was worried about Miami, but it turns out it wasn't too much of a problem. But having said that, the Cardinals, they've made no changes to their defense. They can't stop anybody at the moment. So I think that this, especially with the state of, like, I'm worried about the offensive line, but I'm not worried about it for Kyren. I'm more worried about it for Matthew Stafford and what it's going to mean for the receivers. But I don't know how much pressure the Cardinals can get anyway. So
yeah, I don't know how to feel about this game. I feel like it's a rest game.
Divisional, but I mean, like, the Rams have dominated the Cardinals forever.
The Rams are winning.
Yeah.
In what world do you see the Cardinals?
The Cardinals? I don't have the Cardinals winning this one. Not after their performance last week. I mean, Kyler just looked... I know, like, so one thing someone was saying about it up in Buffalo last week is that it was really windy, and that might have been affecting Kyler. Potentially.
I mean, allegedly. Like,
Kyren dominated this team last year. Absolutely dominated them. He had a line of 65. Okay, so his scrimmage yards, he had over 100 scrimmage yards in each of the games that he played against them.
How do you think the Rams start the game?
Well, I mean, like, this is the thing. Like, McVay, this is the great philosophy of Sean McVay, is he just dominates on the ground, and it flies under the radar all the time. He really believes, like, when he had Todd Gurley, even when he tried to get Darrell Henderson, he goes with one player and he sticks to them. He doesn't have, like, a committee at all. So
last game it was Cooper Kupp.
I think they're going to control the ball without. Now that Puka Nacua is on injured reserve, we'll see a lot more DeMarcus Robinson. I think it's a good spot for DeMarcus Robinson as well.
How do you feel about Tyler Johnson?
Tyler Johnson is interesting. I actually have to admit I didn't know too much about him. He was on the Bucs previously, I think.
He was on the Bucs. He played well on the Bucs.
And he played well on the Bucs.
There.
So I think that's cool. You can get DeMarcus Robinson at 41.5 receiving yards. You can get Tyler Johnson at 34.5 receiving yards. Cooper Kupp.
Both those kind of feel suspect to me. They both feel suspect. I agree with you, John. I think the Rams come out and they just pound the ball.
Yeah, I think so.
They pound the ball.
I think they do it, get in and get out of this game. Yeah,
they do it for 2 quarters, and I don't think that Arizona can come back and really respond and air out anything on this defense.
Yeah,
like the Rams, I think, will, even if they score 7 in the first 2 quarters, I think it's enough.
Yeah,
I think it's enough.
Yeah,
I think they will keep ground and pounding until it doesn't work. But I actually think that pick with Kyren Williams, his rushing attempts, I don't know what they're at. They're probably at 13.5, 14.5. I'd probably be more interested, instead of the yards, I'd be more interested in knowing that
they're basically 17.5.
Oh my God, 17 and a half.
This is the philosophy, though, that I think the Rams just want to get in and get out of this game. I don't think they want to spend too much time fluffing around.
I think they're going to just chew the clock.
Yeah.
I think they're going to chew the clock. 17 and a half actually doesn't even feel that bad, to be honest with you. He might get 22.
Yeah. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling a big Kyren Williams game here.
Yeah, if yeah, okay, knowing that it's 17 and a half, I thought maybe 15 max.
Yeah.
If it's at 17 and a half, he's going to average 4.3, and he's at least going to get 15.
He's going to have at least 3 catches as well. He's going to be huge.
Do you take scrimmage yards or do you take?
I'm just going to take the rushing, but I mean I'd be comfortable with the scrimmage as well.
Scrimmage, what's that? 85, 90?
That's going to have to be up to about 90, I would say. 95.
90 scrimmage sounds all right, but honestly, like last year, he had 3 or 4 games where he caught 5, 6 balls.
Yeah.
He had games where he didn't catch any.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I think this is the type of game where it's just give him the ball.
Yeah.
And zone offense, zone run, dominate the line.
Like I was saying, last week against Detroit, he had a line of 58.5 and he didn't hit it. He did have over 14.5 rushing attempts, though, so he had up to 15, 16 there. But Detroit run D, I think, is very, very good, and I think the Cardinals is not very good. So,
John, good pick. Can I hear it with I just want to picture it with a green check mark.
That's it. Let's go. Kyren Williams over 73.5 rushing yards. Book that one in, please.
Oh, baby.
Hell yeah. Love that one.
I want to talk about power running real quick.
I
want to talk about my last pick that I have here.
Go for it.
Detroit made a mockery of the Rams in overtime. Yeah. Made a mockery of them.
That was
the MCDC Lions that they showed at the very beginning of last year, and they waited until the team was tired in front of them to show it.
What a game.
And they literally ran the shit out of them. That was one of the most impressive drives that I have seen in football in a very long time.
Yeah.
It threw the ball once, and it went to a running back.
Yeah.
It was literally, we are going to pound this ball up the field into the end zone and end the game. You know how difficult that is in overtime?
No, it didn't stop him, man. David Montgomery looked like he'd just come onto the field.
Well, I honestly believe that they're going to start the game just like that.
Yeah.
I think you continue. I think you literally insinuate like what your game plan is, and you show the other team right away. I like Montgomery. I got him at 50.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, great.
He's gonna get 14, 15 carries in this game.
Yeah, against the Bucs, this is a good spot. They're at home against the Bucs.
This is a great spot.
We'll see. This is gonna be a high scoring game, I feel.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I think the line is something like 51.5, isn't it? The over-under, sorry.
I'm not sure. I didn't look. All I can picture is
over-under
Monty.
51.5. Detroit.
I can just picture Monty running over linebackers.
Yeah.
That's all I'm picturing in my head. Monty steamroller linebackers. And break the first contact, get 20. Break the first contact, get 12. Break the first contact, get 9.
Yeah.
Add that up.
55.5.
I got him at 50.5.
Yeah. Jimmy Gibbs is at 48.5.
This feels like a Monty game for me. This feels like a Monty game.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to take the touchdown too, but I don't really do that too often. So Monty over 50.5 rushing yards. The Detroit Lions are going to ground and pound this game. Monty over 50.5 rushing yards. Book it.
Book it. Love it. All right, I'll jump to my last pick now before I let you go, Sully. Get back to the party that you're doing. But I know you're going to want to stay for this.
Drinking water and just hanging out.
The waters are going down a treat. Look at those calories on that can.
What's that? Zero carbs, zero sugar.
You're
I'm just trying to maintain my waistline, John.
Exactly. You're going to need it for a big day on the green tomorrow. All right. I was all over Chris Godwin last week, and you know exactly why I gave my reasoning. I thought it was because the Washington Commanders defense was garbage. And they were straight garbage. So I'm going to pick on them again. I know that Daniel Jones is a horrific quarterback. Horrific. And the only one worse than Will Levis and Bryce Young out there could be Daniel Jones. He could get benched in this game, but I'm not concerned. Even if Drew Lock comes in, I'm not concerned because Malik Nabers is going to have over 65.5 receiving yards in this game.
What is his receptions 5.5?
Let's have a look. His receptions last week were 5.5, and he had 5. And you might also did you see my ticket last week? I had Wan'Dale Robinson over 25.5 receiving yards, and he smashed it.
He had 2.5 receptions on the card last week too.
Yeah.
How many did he catch?
Wan'Dale caught I think 4 in the end, or 3. So Nabers is up to 5.5 receptions. Wan'Dale Robinson is up to 4.5 receptions. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's scary to me.
Not taking that. No way.
But I don't mind Malik at 5.5 though.
Yeah, Malik at 5.5. I reckon they're going to funnel him the ball a ton, and he's such a good route runner already. He is like NFL made already. I try to stay off rookies, but with Nabers in the game he had last week, the receiving yards have got him up to 65.5 is where it's at. Wan'Dale's up to 35.5, so that's a big jump from last week. Last week he was 27.5 receiving yards, 3.5 receptions is what they had him at. Malik Nabers had a longest receptions catch of 21.5, and he smashed it. So I'm into this. I think this is going to be a big Malik Nabers game. I think
I like the pick, John. I like the pick.
Even though, so this is at the Commanders, I'm not too concerned about that at all. Over-unders at 43.5, so a nice total. And it's basically Commanders are favored 1.5. Open Giants 2.5, but the money's coming in on the Giants here. So people like the Giants. I expect Brian Daboll to call a much better game than last week. So hopefully no pick sixes from Daniel Jones. But
okay, hopefully no pick sixes. What do you think the odds of that are?
Oh, well, no, I wouldn't make that.
I feel like it's even money. It's even money for an interception for Daniel Jones right now.
Oh, for sure. Sure. INT. So his line is only 1. You only need him for 1.
I mean, but what's that line look like? What do you like? You're almost losing money. You put 100, you make 10. What like?
Potentially. They've got Daniel Jones at 215.5 passing yards. I'm fully prepared for him to get benched in this game.
Yeah, I'd be prepared for him to be benched too. I still don't think that impacts Malik Nabers.
But yeah, even if Drew Lock comes in, I'm not concerned about that at all.
No, it's a great pick, John.
So I'm into that one as well. I think this is going to be a completely like dominant alpha Malik Nabers game. I think he's going to run all over this defense.
I love it.
Yeah. So lock it in. Malik Nabers over 63.5 passing, receiving. Fuck, let me do that again. That's not even what the line is. What did I say it was? 65. So lock it in. Malik Nabers over 65.5 receiving yards. Book
Cha-ching.
it. Cha-ching. Those are my picks. I wanted to jump back on Chris Godwin again against Detroit. I think Chris Godwin's going to have another massive game. Just some other quick ones. I think that was it. I was big on the running backs this week. I think Saquon Barkley against the Eagles is going to have a massive game.
I think Ty Chandler explodes over 2 receptions in that game against San Fran, by the way.
Oh, yeah, San Fran. Yeah, that should be an interesting game.
So I'm going to put this on the record.
Yeah.
Ty Chandler, over 1.5 receptions.
Yep. That sounds good. Oh, I had Travis Etienne under 58.5 rushing.
You daring dog, you.
Quickly, well, so they've got the Cleveland Browns coming to town. Cleveland's got a very, very good defense. I know that they got smoked by Dallas last week, but it is like I think that's more how good the Dallas Cowboys offense is than anything. Jacksonville struggled a little bit last week. Tank Bigsby took away a ton of production from Travis Etienne last week as well. And I think that and with Travis Etienne's fumble that lost them the game, I think that they're going to maybe take it away from him. So,
well, they talked about having more of an even split carry system between the two of them, right? Keep Etienne healthy.
And they have.
They have, though, I mean, one game. It's not a lot of sample size, but Tank Bigsby, that's a talented boy.
Yeah, just going back to this Green Bay Indy game, I'm wondering about Josh Jacobs. Let me have a look at what his rushing line is, because I think he had a really good game against the Eagles in Brazil.
They're going to stack the box, John.
Oh, they've still got him at 63.5. So
they're gonna stack the box. That's a scary number.
Do you think they will? Because didn't you see what they did? So against the Texans last week, Gus Bradley came out and said that they had planned for a big passing game from the Texans, and so they didn't stack the box. And then the Texans ran the ball 30 times.
John.
Yeah, man.
Who's that quarterback?
Malik Willis.
What would you say is his biggest weakness?
Everything.
Right. So you pressure the shit out of him. Like there is no
that's what I'm
way
saying.
that they don't have an added linebacker. Or
just hand off to Josh Jacobs all the time.
Oh no, they're gonna force him to throw and make poor decisions, right? Like yeah. I can't even touch that game.
This Kansas City KC game looks interesting as well.
What was the other one? Kansas City KC? Kansas City Cincy?
Yeah, sorry, Kansas City Cincy. Xavier Worthy over 40.5 receiving yards. I like. Did you see what Cam Taylor-Britt said during the week?
Yeah, he can run straight. Yeah, he can run on a straight line.
What are you doing, Cam? Shut up. Don't say that. Can't you just see Mahomes and they're going to come out now and just funnel the ball to Xavier Worthy?
This game is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that think that KC's going to win by two touchdowns.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I think, though, that it's going to be a big receiving game. I think it's going to be a big Mahomes game.
I think it's going to be a big Burrow game, but I don't bet on the Bengals. So
yeah, no, that's fair enough. So there's a couple of picks. That's going to do it, man.
Johnny,
thank you for joining.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Give me the drums.
All right, and that's going to do it for us as well. Glad that you were watching along. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube still. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well. And you can leave a review on Apple and Spotify. And you can follow us on Reddit as well. And we'll probably get a Discord going up soon. I know we talked about it earlier in the show, but we do have a couple of picks that we usually do at game day. So want to get those up to you as well. I'll be back with the Thursday night slate as well for the NFL. It's going to be the Patriots and the Jets. Should be a absolute barn burner. And I've also got the footy preliminary finals will be coming up as well. So until then, enjoy the games weekend this weekend, and I hope you have much success as we do. We'll catch you next week. Goodbye. Don't let the game play you. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly. In Australia, phone 1-800-858-858 for free and confidential support. In Canada, learn about safer play at Know the Risks from the Responsible Gambling Council at knowtherisks.ca. In America, must be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Colorado, gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Connecticut, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. In Illinois, Maryland, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Indiana, gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Kansas, gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-877-770-STOP. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support. Play it smart from the start or call 1-800-GAM-1234. In Michigan, gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. In New York, for help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Tennessee, gambling problem? Call Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Prop Nation betting show is for entertainment purposes only and should in no way be considered financial advice.